My name is Nostalgic. Welcome to the show.
Hello. How are you guys doing, ma? Yes, we have Bring Your Tactics today. Today's a chance for those tactics to come in. I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, I just had to. Oh, today was an interesting day. This country is in turmoil, political turmoil. So what should I describe? I try my best to avoid talking about politics because I'll get into trouble. What a very funny country it is, man. Yeah. We'll just do some very quickly. Okay, all right. Bang. Okay, sheesh. Wrong place. Bang, that's the place we're supposed to be in. All right. I was wondering why that happened. Okay. So we've got 2 tactics in. I was just checking to see whether we've got any more tactics coming in. We've got 2. Probably open the link up to other people. I'll take about 2 or 3 more tactics from the general public for those guys who just came in. And let me just get the Dropbox link for you. Can you imagine? I was just typing the search bar Dropbox link. That would have been silly. Okay. Okay. Yep. Copy link. Let me just remove all these. And there we go. All right. Link incoming. Okay, so we got one tactic in here. We're just going to take a look at this very quickly. It's a 3-1-4-2. Regista, CMD, Mazala, defensive winger. It's a very safe tactic. In terms of the number of channels, I mean, when I look at channels, I mean, talking about like ways, routes, you can score a goal. The guy runs here. This guy is a defensive winger. He will get into the opponent's third. He will go down the flanks, right? When there is control in the box. But you could end up struggling. You might, during the course of the match, want to be changing some of the roles and duties. Right, so we're just playing Gaddafi. We're just gonna keep playing Gaddafi, right? We're not gonna this is not like a journeyman save. Like you're gonna play 10, 15, like we're gonna see different games and stuff like that. And we just got a save from one of you guys. I'm still using the save I got last week or the week before, and we're just gonna keep using that for a while. Yeah. You're gonna be leaking goals because a 3-1-4-2 typically has issues with has some issues. Either you go like these guys are first up. This combination here is not very effective. Because you're gonna be struggling to look at this, right? We're defending no? Around the gate we conceded a goal, and you're gonna struggle because you're not stamping your mark on the game. Especially, okay, this is a relatively good team. The team you're using is relatively good, right? It's like a 50-50, get a penalty. But the first highlight was the opposition's highlight. I think that you need some presence high up the pitch, and you got to change this combination here. Right, this combination has to be changed because it's not defend. Mazzala, regista. Mazzala comes in here to support a defensive winger who's not really running up and down the flank. Right, this guy is right. I would these two roles not too bad, I guess, because they're just going to be left and they're just going to move up relatively together. In a sense, I mean, this guy's a defend duty. This is a defend duty. Sorry, this is a defensive winger. This is a defend duty. So he's only doing well because he just scored a goal from a penalty. Other than that, his rating would have been 6.6. Right. So his numbers are only 7.3 because he scored a goal. Look at these numbers here. This guy's a defend duty, but he's probably 6.9 because he's been getting a lot of tackles. So there's nothing much happening, right? Okay. This is the ball is in our third. Look at where these guys are. How many options do you have? Sometimes you leak goals because honestly you can't really create very much. Then we lost the ball. Look at that. It's just one. It's just a simple dead ball situation. We can't even. I mean, if you can't work a chance, if you can't get the ball up the pitch from a dead ball situation, you've got a serious problem. Right? Look, this is a dead ball situation. There's nothing else happening here. Right? So it's dead ball, right? We are supposed to do something with it, right? And it's nothing is happening. What the heck? I think this is online. My online preferences. This is my like when I'm playing the game with friends. Very, very fast. Bring this down. Okay, so yep, we couldn't get the ball out, right? There's no link play. Like the guy gets the ball again. Let's see what happens, right? Goes up, okay. 1, 2. Now when he gets the ball, right? Remember that video I did about layering a tactic? Right, okay. This guy's options are here. How's he gonna pass the ball? He's got one here, but this guy's already been marked. So he's gotta go backwards. He can't really go sideways, so then he has to come back here. Then he gets the ball. This is a defender. Usually when I say layer tactics and give them an option, don't bother with this tree because you should be able to generate all these numbers from here. But then if we're looking here, the numbers, the options are very, very few and far between. He gets through. One, okay, he gets the ball. What does he have? He's only got one guy here, one guy here. So hold on to the ball. He's got to play a through pass straight away. Yeah, so he's got one. Okay, we're gonna have to make a couple of tweaks. Okay, first up, you don't need a regista here. Okay, in this tactic, putting a regista here can be kind of counterproductive because first up, this Mazzala is when you play a Mazzala, is generally to support somebody who's attacking. So if I were you, if you still want to use a Mazzara, go wide midfielder support. Yeah, you could go wide midfielder support. You can even tell this player to be more like a central box-to-box midfielder or central midfielder attack. Okay, we give this guy, make this guy a central midfielder attack. Now this CM on D, if you're okay, let's assume you want to use a Mazzala, either a regista. You're like a big fan of the regista and you just love the regista. So just go ball winning midfielder support. All right, now we got this. We got D. Okay, we just keep it like this, right? Even like this, we get more options. Right. Okay, work ball into box. This is fine. Let's keep it shorter. I mean, if we go wide, the ball is gonna go out to the flanks a bit more. Get these guys is ball playing defenders. You really need more options to bring up the ball. I'm not suggesting these guys are gonna go up the pitch. What I'm suggesting, these guys might play the ball up. So you got this wide midfielder, he'll work the CM on attack. There's a strong possibility the regista might have to drift. So if this happens, this has to be a defending role, right? So let's just change it. I think we should just change it. Oops. We gotta change things. Okay, so I would recommend that this role becomes something like a DRP support. Alright. This guy, this player. Yeah, we can. And then we'll just focus play through the middle. Just to keep things simple. Yeah, your DWs have got nothing. I mean, like, I don't like the regista here. You want to do DWs, you can. But then it becomes, okay, if you want to play DWs, then I recommend this. Something like this, right? You can actually go a 3-4-1-2 with DWs. This makes more sense. Yeah, your DWs protecting the flanks, but basically you're playing through the middle using a link player here, right? So this role can be like a DLF on support. So this is one way of setting it up. Okay, this is very simple. Then you just mess around with this particular role. It can be quite a few. It can be a Trequartista. It can be a AM on, even an AM on support. It doesn't even have to be an attacking duty. The moment is a treat, because now this DM is an issue right now, right? So now we're shutting their DM out by putting a player here. We got the wrong player there. We got a Nuno Mendes. I'm very certain it's a fullback. Yeah, this guy is an AM. We'll just stick this guy in here. Go on Monroe here, who's a striker, who's not supposed to be here. And this guy, we'll just move this guy here. I guess we didn't really pay much attention to who's playing where. So what I would do is, you could play like this. This makes a lot more sense. And then you can easily dial things up. Okay. You can ask these guys to be positioned higher during the transition when playing overlap if you're a strong team. Okay. Otherwise, you can just drop this. And then you can play it through the middle, right? Oh, we're gonna highlight. We've got a quick, very interesting corner. Short corner routines, right? They're not very complicated. Right? Don't overcomplicate short corner routines. Yeah, so let's go to your set piece corners. Attack. You don't need, so you're gonna play short. Why do you have to put so many guys in the box? You don't need so many in the box. You just need like 3. Short corner routines, right? If you have this set up, if you want to do this, something like just the earlier one, then don't play short. Play to the near post. You got so many in the box. Short corner routines, you want fewer is better. Like something like this, and then you have one guy at the edge. Because the idea of the short corner routine is they have to have options. Either he is going to dribble in and take a shot, or he's going to bring it in and then look at one of these guys to take long shots. Okay, so that's when you put long shot specialist here. Maybe you put one guy. Do not even something like this can work. Yeah, something like this is easy. Okay, so you do something like this and it's sorted. This is a short corner routine. Easier short corner routine to set up. But when you don't give them options at the edge of the area, then you run into trouble. Then you see this what just transpired. So I would go like either like this or this guy here. This role can be simple. Just give him a simple role, a DM role, right? Then use these guys to give you options to go up the pitch. This guy can be a target man on support. This guy can be a DLP, box to box. But then what will happen is you use like you can even use a wide midfielder here on support, right? And then this role can be a box to box midfielder, because you're controlling the game, and then you're using these defensive wingers will go up the pitch, right? When you control, you can remove the focus play. Then if you use like earlier we had a central midfield on attack in the DM, right? And we were working through the middle. You should be able to do this here. I promise you short corners because my comes short player or the takeover. Yeah, because you're setting it up. You're setting short corners up wrongly. Yeah. short corner routines are supposed to be, the fewer players in the box, the better. And you don't never put a right and, okay, if you're taking a short corner from the right side, don't put a left footer to take the short corner routine. Imagine yourself as the person taking the short corner routine. Right? A person who's taking the short corner routine, right? If you give it to a right footer, sometimes what will happen is they have to take the first touch. The first touch, they roll the ball further. They roll the ball past the line. Yeah, so ideally, yeah, when it comes to short corner routines, just keep it like this. Just do this. Just come out here. Just drop as take out as just like bang, 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 bang. Okay, that's it. Long shot specialist here. That's it. Short corner routine. This is wrong. Don't put ML here. If you want to do something like this, put the MR. If it's from the right side, right foot here. Left side, left foot here. That's it. Left foot or good with either feet. The moment you get one of them who's got a bad foot, only one foot, then you run into some trouble. Yeah, and the effect of the short corner depends on this guy. What kind of player is he? Yeah, this is important because you get different effects from different players. So short corners are they're a bit unpredictable. Yeah. Does liquid system still work? Not as well as it used to. Yeah. You have to. The liquid system in FM21 doesn't work nearly as well because it exploited a flaw in the match engine. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we done this one. Let's take a look at this tactic. This tactic is TQ based, is it? Yeah, okay. A TQ based tactic is interesting. Yeah, you can't. The problem is when you have a regista, a central midfielder attack combination, right? That the CM on defense doesn't really protect you as much as you think it does. A defense duty doesn't protect you so much. I mean, yeah, they stay back. That's true. But what a regista needs is somebody in front of him winning the ball all the time. And a defense duty and a regista, once in a while, the regista is going to be in front of the defense duty. What happens then? That's the problem, right? So you cannot have that. That combination just doesn't work. So you're gonna have to change the role combination. I wouldn't recommend a regista in a 3-1-4-2 as a DM. It's not a good idea. There's no way you can make it. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to make it work. Okay, so we got CMD, RPM. Okay, this is a better combination. It's not too bad, right? It's relatively safe. Inverter, winger, Trequartista. There's a fair bit of like expensive, high commodity roles here. Okay. High CA, high CA, high CA. Okay, so depending on who you play with, this tactic can be quite difficult to pull off, right? Because you kind of like looking to get really good players to play this tactic. First, a Trequartista. Trequartistas, well, any role can play a Trequartista. You have to understand well, any player can be a Trequartista. You have to understand what those attributes he has are good, how they're going to influence the tactic, right? So, see this? See what saw what happened? Right footer passing it to this guy. This short corner routine, right? This is, see this? He's got AML. I don't know how this happened. Okay, Ivkovic actually turned, right? So he must have got 2 good feet. This is as few as possible. This is much better. So you want to have like 2 or 3 only in the box. Right, don't put too many. The moment you put too many, you're gonna have a problem. Let's see what Ivkovic brings to the table, right? Does he have 2 good feet? Yeah, he's got right foot very strong. So instead of playing on the left, right? So he's got a right foot that's very strong. So what happened is, so this makes sense now. See? So this guy, he takes his right foot, right? That's why he's very strong. If he's left foot dominant, he's gonna have a problem. So he's gonna be right foot dominant. There, he managed to get the ball. He gets the ball out and then he gets a shot away. If you're left foot dominant there, you're always trying to shit. Does AF always out? No, it's the question. It's not there's no such thing as outperform a role, right? Kachi. The problem with the AF, not the one. The problem with the poacher is static, so you know it's always going to be in the box. So you got to create a tactic where it's great for the poacher, because poachers can score a shitload of goals, right? If your tactics been set up to exploit the poacher, the reason why everybody finds it easier to use it, everyone says AF is the best role, is because the easiest role in the whole game is like no brainer. It's the easiest damn role in the whole game. If you cannot get a player to play as an AF well, man, your tactic must really be shite. Yeah, your tactic has to be very bad if your AF cannot, you can't even use an AF. Okay. The AF is the simplest role because it is a role that is got the highest mentality, right? It moves into channels and it's got a lot of lateral movement, left and right movement. Okay. A poacher, on the other hand, links play up very, very well. The poacher does not play through balls. He does not like go, he doesn't, because he doesn't have to look up. He doesn't turn and look for somebody in front of him. He always looks behind him. So he links up play very well. So you have to understand how to use a poacher and how to use a advanced forward. Advanced forwards have move into channels. Poachers don't have move into channels, right? So advanced forward, what they'll do is when they don't have the ball, what they do is they come here, right? They move into this channel, they move into this channel in order for them to support play, right? So you always see here, who's in a box? Where's our complete forward? This is one of the reasons why this tactic was why I said this tactic is harder to pull off, because a complete forward has a lot of movement, right? He drops off, he moves around a lot. We got another role that moves around. I mean, I'll use complete forward and Trequartista. Don't get me wrong, I will use it in one of my tactics, right? I do use it when I have the good players for it. This is what we call a very fluid system. Like, if I were to play against a friend and he has tight, I know he is always plays with tight marking, I'll play these two roles. Because how do you tight mark? It's like players will be pulled out of position all the time, right? So, but once you get into the box, you see, you need players to do things like work ball into box or run into defense or be very good at keeping the ball. So what you want to do is, you see this is good, this is good. Like having work ball into box with low crosses is very good. If you want to, you can add underlaps as well, okay? Because this guy is going to come inside here, he's going to look for runs, right? These guys are all going to be doing inside runs. So this is, we can do double underlaps. There's no issue using underlaps. Wingback is a fullback. I like this tactic. There's a lot of bloody chaos movement. You got a complete forward as well. We've got a complete forward as well. Short term. Yeah, I guess. This is like very patient. Let's go score goals. Like hold shape, regroup, counter press. I would do something like counter press and hold shape, right? Okay, I'll just add this on. Because you see, the thing is, this is a tactic, right? If you have this players that can play in this, chances are you're a top class team. So you can afford to be a bit more counter press, because you're basically doing a Manchester City. Essentially, when you get the ball back, you reapply pressure again. Right? You keep this non-stop pressure building up. That's it. And you keep this, you keep the pressure on them for the entire game, right? So this is what you're doing with this kind of a tactic, with these kind of players. Now, the question is, do you have the players for this? If you have, then go ahead with it. If not, you're gonna have problems. Okay, this is like complete forward. We'll go here, we'll go there. Trequartista will drop in and then right into the box. Inverted coming around here looking for goal scoring opportunities. Right. Inside forward, this role is the only one that's a bit funny. I'll probably turn this into a winger. So I give you, so what will happen is you get a lot more this inside forward right into the box has got no business being in there, because you've got these two guys who are going to be doing all that movement. So ask this player to give you width. So you got winger right now. Okay. Then fullback will go around the camel's ass and then get into the box. Let's see what PIs are. Cross in far post. Not really necessary because we don't know who's going to be in the far post. Okay. More direct passes. Okay. I can see how that's useful. More direct passes. Okay. I don't know why, but yeah. But you don't need it. I don't think you need this, right? So let's just take it out. All right. So I would just clean up. Don't use any PIs. Add this underlap, left, underlap, right. Work ball into box. You can definitely, if you're a good team, do something like this. Go more to right. Use the width of the pitch. Stretch teams around. You want to give teams a bit more of a headache? Ask him to stay a bit more wider. Start his runs from further out. Do go right to the line and start the run from there when he receives the ball. Right. So this is something I would do. But overall, the tactic is fine. I wouldn't change too much. I mean, we missed the penalty, I guess. But I'll do this. Start from a wider position. I don't know why. Yeah. Today, we're not getting any lucky highlights. Yeah, I would not overlap. I would underlap. Because you got a lot of inside runners in this tactic. You got Trequartista. You got the inverted winger. He's gonna come in like that, right? He's coming in like this. He's looking for inside run also. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it. I mean, but I have to admit, right, this tactic requires quite a fair bit of, good players. And then sometimes you end up in a situation where it might be 0-0. You get a lot of nice football, but it gets 0-0. So what you'll do is you can also do this. Okay, you can go pressing forward on support, and earlier, right, we had a winger, right? So just leave it as a winger. You go pressing forward instead of a Trequartista, you go shadow striker. Very simple setup. Can't go wrong with this. It's a swap situation. Guy presses, and then after that, hey, nothing better to do. He comes into the middle. This guy takes over because he just pulls the defender out, right? So because he pulls the defender out, he goes into the space, and that's it. Same principle. Just do this. You can also go. I mean, you can play shorter with higher tempo, but if you're the sort that wants to see beautiful football only, then you can do this. Moderate this whole shape. There's nothing wrong. This is fine. Just add short kicks, and then you can use counter. You can leave it like this. This also works. Lower line of engagement. You're just drawing teams in, hoping. Okay, when you do something like this, you're drawing teams in and wanting to hit them on the break, which is why direct is better. All right, so you did this combination. Work ball into box. Yeah, it can work. It can still work because the work ball into box kicks in only when you're in the final third, and then when this is the thing here, right? When you play with a lower line of engagement, you're sitting in your half, and then when you get to the final third, you're trying to score goals. So this is something you might want to remove because this is when you get to the final third, you slow down the game, and then you try and move the ball around just to look for goal scoring opportunities. It's slightly different, right? So this you can remove. So you can remove this in your tactic. Okay, you've seen these two tactics. I would just we just one more run. Now we try this, right? Okay, what's this? Have we got? I think we haven't. Just one more, then we're going to look at all the other tactics the other guys have brought in. We go, okay, that's it. And after this, no more tactics. Oh, okay, now we have a slight problem. Houston, we have to wait. Okay. Okay, oops, not this one. Yeah, you wrote here Eastleigh, right? I'm assuming you're using a club called Eastleigh as well. So let's do it like this, right? Shadow striker. Then this to a winger. And this like this. Go like this. Remove this. I'll leave that there. I guess we'll just make it a bit more narrow. Draw teams in. Sweeper, keeper. No, we'll just go goalkeeper and defend. I'll tell the goalkeeper to take short kicks, pass it. So why have I done all this, right? I want the keeper to play the ball to one of these guys. I'll just turn this guy into a ball-playing defender as well. Okay. So I give the keeper the choice to give it to this player. The player might bring the ball out, then play the long ball from here. This is the place we play risky passes because we got this attack duty down this side. We'll tell this guy to stay a bit wider. Like earlier, which I suggested. I'm gonna remove this. I think somebody here. No, this is too fast. So we already got direct here, right? So all right, so let's go. Hey BK, how are you, man? Hey BK, yeah. I think guys gotta check our Discord, right? We're gonna do another draft mode. Yeah, might be about after the stream. Got to pop up, but should be okay. All right, we're gonna do draft mode in a while. Like, I don't know what time is UK time, right? Is it 5:36? Yeah. Okay, so let's go, man. All right, so essentially same principle. Okay, so we just made those changes to the tactic, right? Utomo already got a bloody yellow card. I'm not worried at the moment. I'm not too worried about the yellow card. Okay, so let's go on key highlights or extended highlights. Okay. So we should see 6.5. I think he got a yellow card from a set piece situation. Yep. This is one of the most common places to get yellow cards. I think there we go. See this? Lost the ball, right? Then we have possession of the ball. Your set piece. Who's this? Tomo is here. You gotta look out for your set pieces as well. Sometimes you get nonsensical yellow cards from set pieces. So you have to make sure that your set pieces are set up correctly. That one was a throw-in set piece. So default throw-in, a lot of people have it with 2 sitting back, right? And then sometimes the DM is at the wrong time. It's almost midnight. I know it's almost midnight in Asia, man. Wife and kids all sleeping. Okay. I mean, I would just change it like this, right? Just keep it. If you don't have a very good team, do this. If you really have a shithouse team, right? Do this. I love this option. It's called the shithouse combination. It's like when I don't have any good players, all I got is one top. I've done this before, right? Once I played the game, and I didn't have I don't have a good striker. So what I did was I took a defender and turned him into a target man on support. And a midfielder is a shadow striker. And that's how I played the game. So that was a set. Yeah, I just worked on the set pieces. Set pieces need a bit of work. But we're not focusing on set pieces. Look at open play. See this, your target man moving, you get all the options in the final third. That's it, simple as can be. This kind of a tactical setup is very easy to set up with a majority of teams. Like, it's not expensive. You don't have to spend forever finding the best players. I'm probably going to start also doing video streams. Friday, my Ernst Apple challenge is changing. They are no longer using normal tactics. They're going to be using strikeless tactics all the way now. All my tactics are going to be strikeless for a while. So, I don't think there's enough experience. I don't think people have a lot of experience with strikeless tactics. So the only way for me to share the whole process is to make them on stream. So this nice breakaway. Should score another goal. Easy can peasy. Yeah. Okay, so we just fixed the tactic, and that's the only thing we needed to do. Right. That's it. So in a 4-2-3-1, those are your options when you play a 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 is a very straightforward tactics. Right. So it's a question of how do you create the number of paths to go. Like, what are your channels? This is a channel, meaning he is going to help us create, right? Because he's going to drop in this way. So we get one player. When he drops in this way, he's going to look for options in this direction. So these two are become the options. So that we simplify it by using the shadow striker role. Just like we had a complete forward attack duty, what they can create is congestion sometimes, because you got two roles that are roaming, a complete forward and a Trequartista. Both can drop deep. So when that happens, sometimes we get a bit of uncertainty. Uncertainty is good if your players have got very good off the ball. But if your players aren't that good, then you have a problem. So when you want to keep things simple, this is what you do, right? So you got target and shadow striker. That's one channel. They move. Then inverted winger has options, right? Shadow striker. And on the right side, what do we have? We have a wingback coming up, overlapping, right? And doing a natural right. Got rowing playmaker moving this side. That's why I changed this from an inside forward to winger, because a winger is a way better option, because then I don't get so many players coming to the box. So I get a fullback going around the camel's ass. I got a winger now hanging about, giving us a double option here. Gives us a width on the flanks. So yeah, so you get a lot of nice options. 4-2-3-1s. Yep. So we got a nice little, such a difference, right? If you notice, because having a lot of funky roles doesn't necessarily make your tactic better. It just makes your tactic work harder. So yeah, it can be a pain in the ass. Okay, guys. All right, so we've got this. Let me check Discord first. All right, so we got any more tactics coming in from the guys on Discord before I switch over and open it up to the floor. Okay, we got these guys. Okay, let's see. We got Leo and Joe. Okay, they got theirs in. All right. Okay, we got all of you. Bang. Download Diego Misa. Okay, that's it. After this, we're not doing anymore. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. I spent the whole damn day today in a bloody government office. I had to go there. Bloody useless piece of shit. Apply for my permanent residency status. Originally, they said you just have to wait 5 years. Now they tell me, oh, we just know. We don't know. Now the government, because of this, it's now 15 years. I said, what the fuck? You went from 5 years to 15 years, you piece of shits. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh man, why do people do that, man? Me and my wife will go, yeah, you can apply for a permanent residency. You know, we reached the 5 year. I mean, I've been here since 2008. I mean, we got married in 2014. So it made sense. Now I gotta wait. What the arena foul. Okay. Alright, BYT9. That's the number I'm looking for afterwards. Okay. Done. Oh, that was strange. Hope you guys, please don't be mean, okay? Don't make me do power scans. I don't want to do that. Okay. Alright. I love you guys so much. Okay, BYT9, that's the one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, close our eyes, move the mouse. Which tactic comes first? No, of course not. We just do it from the top. 4, 2, 3, 1. Hey, we just did another 4, 2, 3, 1. Looks like we're on a roll here, brothers and sisters. AF, AMS, winger, inside forward, mass going this way, DLP. Alright, okay. Man, a lot of complication this tactic. Inverted wingback coming here, Zala coming here. Man, I'm getting confused. Well, AI might get confused, but the thing is here, when you do these kind of things, you got all this movement, right? You got the inverted wingback going up, creating for you this left-handed, left-sided, like overload situation, right, going on. So you got overload going there. Honest, when you do something like that, the simplest thing you should do is put an attack duty on the opposite flank. That's it. That's what you do. You just put that because you're going to create the overload on the left. So this guy should automatically, just without you thinking, go attack duty, right? But then when you got all these coming in here, you got this guy attacking the channels. He's going to go left or right. Then you got to remember when you choose the AF, right? It's either left or right. So we're going to look at this very quickly. See, what do you mean? Okay, look at that. Yeah, we still have the ball, right? And then inverted wingback. Hey, it's not a magical roll. You don't get the right play for this roll. Kiss your inverted wingback. Goodbye. Because it's quite easy to get inside the inverted wing back with a winger. If the opposition is playing like a winger against your inverted wing back, you run into trouble. They play inverted winger, you run into trouble. Because all they have to do is get inside, get outside the player. So if it's got very good acceleration, you know, sometimes your inverted wing back gives out space, which is exactly what just happened to us. Right? So you see this? Because the inverted wing back has to leave two positions. Because once you're building up this, at least this is when we are just, you know, we lost possession of the ball, right? But this is when they have possession of the ball, so he's already settled in his defensive posture. But imagine this gets worse, right? If it's during a transition failure, because he will be here somewhere here. Because like when you're building up play, your inverted wing back is sitting here because that's what you want to see, right? You want to see this funky coming to the center kind of thing, right? Okay. Then after that, suddenly you lose the ball. This guy's got to go, oh man, I got to bust the gut, got to get back into position. Then he loses the ball. So this is going to be, and this is where your Mazala is playing as well. So you can imagine what's happening here. All these guys coming, oh yeah, right, let's give a big hole here. Poor guy's going, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. What am I going to do? Bang. I'll just, yeah. Also poor defending. So what we do is, come in here, drop this, go a bit higher. Okay. No, get stuck in is overrated, but yeah, it can help. Like, you know, get somebody to tackle someone. Counter, regroup. Okay. All right. Standard higher. Mess, DLP. Inverted wing back. Winger. Mess to work with the... Okay, this guy is gotta be a bit more than this. He's gotta be a support DT. Right now, this guy's gotta follow. Because when this Mazala goes this way, like comes into the half spaces, then there's this big gap. I know you want the inverted wingback to come inside here to protect the space. But this guy becomes even important. 15 decision making, 14. Okay. Alright. So what we want from him is stay furious. Okay. Alright. Now this BPD, you got so many funky juices going on here. Let's turn this guy into a CD or defense. We don't need so many chefs that can spoil the broth. Okay, push. Don't pair so many wonderful players, right, who can screw things up. It's like you got so many points of failure in this thing. Okay, so DLP, mass, inverted winger. Okay, now this is fine. Okay, what we want here, higher tempo, maybe not just drop the tempo a bit. Okay, I would inverted winger, mass. Okay, what we'll do is roam from position, sit narrow. Why would you want him to sit narrow? So you want him to be in the box. He's going to arrive into the box. When the ball is here, he is looking to get inside the box. You don't have to ask him to sit any more narrow because he's just going to sit in front of the defender. So you don't want that to happen. Don't do that. If anything else, you want him to sit wider, stay wider so he can pull away players. So there's more room for him to run. Even this, see, asking Mo Salah to sit on the shoulder of a defender, usually the things don't turn out very well for him. Asking Mo Salah to sit on a bit wider usually and run at the space creates havoc for defenders. You know how much harder it is to defend. Defenders always hate players coming at them from space because they have to commit. Right? So it's going to be much harder. So if I were you, I'll probably play inside forward, maybe stay wider. So you get slightly different combinations. Now it's looking slightly better. Boom. Okay. So that's how I set up your tactic. Just make these small little changes, you'll be fine. Right. Play our defense, you don't really need it. Work ball into box, maybe low crosses. Yeah, this tactic is got a bit of overloading going on, so you definitely want a bit of low crosses. Distribute the center. You can even tell the keeper to take a shot. Helps you keep possession, force your opposition outside. Do this, they get stuck in. Yeah. Yep, this should work. And you should be sorted, man. Yeah. The DLP should be on support. If you cannot afford a support DLP, then don't play a Mazala. Don't play a Mazala. Then you play box to box. You need the DLP to be on support because the DLP has to move up the pitch. You can't lock him down because your Mazala is the one moving around, right? So you don't have both of them. You see, that's the reason why we got a yellow card on one of our central midfielders. So you definitely want the DLP moving around. Look at the beautiful movement that we're getting from our tactic. Okay. All right. So now we just go commentary mode. Or we take a look. We call in the other tactic. Oh, that'll be crazy, man. High press and possession can work. Why not? Yeah, your registers are better used high press, they don't defend a lot. Registers are best used, right, when you have a screen in front. Meaning, those guys in front are aggressively winning the ball. Registers don't have to win the ball at all, right? So everybody else is winning the ball, laying them off. So think about it, right? What kind of a system will you see a regista having that kind of space in? Definitely a high pressure system where you're sitting in the opposite third, where a regista has time and pressure on the ball, right? So he's got a lot of time on the ball. So registers work best in systems like a 4-1-3-2. Any system that's got a screen in front. Okay, a 4-1-3-2, there a regista is got more time and space on the ball, right? So that one can be a mid block. That's the only system where a regista makes sense, right? In mid block. But in other systems, I will play a regista whenever I'm putting a lot of pressure on the opposition. Meaning, my pressure can come in the form of like in this particular case, I would go ball winning midfielder here, maybe central midfielder on attack. Then I have a regista right behind them. Because these two roles are going to win the ball the opposite third, right? Then my regista is just behind them. So when they win the ball in the final third, they give it to the regista. Regista is not far away. They don't have to go like halfway down the pitch, right? Just looking for a DLP or defend. So there in that particular case, a regista makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now we just continue. Now we just load the tactics, make it faster. Just look at the tactics. So we try out the tactics. We just look at one or two of the tactics and we should be fine. Okay. Doop. Load. Bang. This one. Okay, we've got 4-2-3-1 deep. Another beautiful tactic. DLP deep. Okay, why so safe? When you have two defend duties like this, okay, you gotta bring the ball out of defense, right? And you're gonna have, so you got one guy bringing the ball out of defense and one guy here. So what do you want to do? Focus play on the left. This guy ain't going very far. He's a defend duty. So he's got to depend on this guy, right? So you got to look at like things like a focus play. So when these two guys bring the ball, like, this guy's really running away at goal. Like, okay, so how does this work? So this guy's a lot of dribbling to do. And then this guy's already going, I've gone, bro. I've left the house. So he's gonna go, I can't pass the ball. Who do I give the ball to? Because everyone's not here. Shadow Striker's gone. Tageman might calm down, so he might say hi to him. But this Volante is gonna go, I got no passing options. Boom. That's it. You lose possession of the ball. Exactly about here, you lose the ball. Right? So your problem is, why so safe? Because then your fullback on attack, your only options are the fullbacks on attack. Okay? So what do you need to do is very simple. You need to change the configuration of this tactic so that you don't have this why so safe problem. Okay, so the first thing you can do is just ask this guy, you want to play safe, right? DLP. There's nothing wrong with the DLP in this position. Go DLP support. That's it. Okay. You want to actually play really safe? Yes, you can. You can go DLP and defend. Then this guy comes up. But then what you do is you change this role to AMS. Okay. Then you turn this role into maybe a roam. You can even turn this role into a, because this is like sit and punch. Advance forward. Right. This is an inverted winger. He'll come this way. So the inverted winger works very well with the DLP, right? So the fullback comes in and gives him a hand. And then you get it to the inverted winger. Inverted winger looks for options. Then this player can be like an inside forward. Right. Looking to attack the box. together with these three roles. So this guy is a box-to-box player, inverted winger, looks to play the passes here, but if he comes inside this fullback attack, that's a natural overlap. What do you want from this guy? Can they stay wider? This player can even go across from byline. So you kind of encourage him because you're such a safe tactic already. You can encourage this guy when he gets the ball, lay it off to this DLP, get around, give it to this inverted winger. Inverted winger will come inside looking to play the ball over into this channel. And then while that is happening, when he's sitting here, what will happen is this inverted winger will come here in a transition. He will pop up here as a passing option. The DLP will probably be around here. So DLP has two options. He can either go give it to the inverted winger. Inverted winger plays it here because you got these two guys attacking, or give it to the fullback. Fullback goes down the line, goal scorer. Right, so that's what you can have. So I would definitely change it to inverted winger on support. I'll tell this guy is a fullback on attack, right? But tell this player to go from byline. That's it. Turn this guy to EMS. It's a safe option. Or this guy can be a Trequartista. In this particular case, in this setup, right, when you got these two here, Trequartista here makes a lot of sense. If you have the player who can dribble, then he just drops deep, picks out the ball. You don't have to worry about him helping you defend. Look, you got these two already in front of your defense. So then you don't have to focus play on the right. Okay, like this, you don't have to focus play anywhere, right? Just keep it the way it is and you'll be fine. Yeah. I wouldn't prevent shot with distribution. I just remove this. This is basically a tactic that doesn't need this. Because when you do prevent shot goalkeeper distribution, 1, 2, 3, 4, go and press. You can. I'm not saying it's a rule, but pay attention to the game. If you're giving up too much space on goal kicks, then take it off. But overall, just change. Just think it. Because right now, earlier, you just didn't have options. You just didn't have passing options. Okay. All right. Next. What do we get? All right. We've got another tactic. Hit and run. Run and gun. Run and gun. Oh, no. Don't use no. I got so many no's. I cannot. This is painful. Don't put two attacking playmakers here. What's going to happen is both of them are going to run. Both of them are going to try and do something with the ball. And then you got players that run at the ball as well here. Oh man, this is not going to help, man. And pass into space. This is already attacking the last line of defense, and then you've got this inside forward coming in here. He's coming inside here. Yeah, he's gonna struggle. Focus play to the middle. If you want to do something like this, what I would do is I remove a lot of the PIs. Just don't do that. Don't. Time wasting like this. Time wasting is this. You don't ever have to touch this bar at all in this entire game, unless you want to for the last 10 minutes kind of shit, right? So you don't have to do that. Right defense, just remove. Just remove all this. Okay, first let's look at this first. Okay, you want attacking tactic, right? So this is higher up the pitch. That's fine. Okay, let's look at the rules. These guys will leave you exposed if you lose the ball, so you can't afford to lose the ball here. This guy is going to be a support duty. This is a triple pivot that's going to move up the pitch, right? So what do you want are options? So here you got this guy running in, and this guy taking over the channel. So here in this particular case, pass it shorter, take more shoot more often. Well, let's remove this. Mark tighter is fine. Pass it shorter. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Have you got everyone who pass it shorter? Why would the AF alone pass it shorter? Makes no sense. Yeah, remove it. The only reason why you pass it shorter is if you want to, if you're the sort of person that wants to modify this to a very attacking tactic. Then sometimes what I do is I do this. See that? But this guy now has got pass it shorter. Even though I'm playing a very attacking tactic, I'm telling him to play it short. So that's the only time I do it, right? So I don't do it for any other reason. So what I will do is you don't roam. You know, you're not gonna get a tactic that's performing any better just because you're adding roam instructions. You do it for a specific reason, right? Okay, so what we'll do is we've got inside forward attacking this channel. Now we've got this guy attacking the same channels. We've got all these players all attacking centrally. They got wingbacks going down the flank. So we got this like attack through the middle. So why don't we give it some variety? Just a bit of variety, right? We tell this guy to play on support. We tell this player to attack through the middle. Then we tell this guy to stay. We tell this player to invert. So what I'll do is he'll run with the ball like this. And then he'll look to give somebody the ball, right? So this player might attack the box. Like this. Then we got this guy coming in. Then we add. Instead of overlap, we do underlaps. So now, we got this player looking for inside runners. He's got one coming from here. He's got one here. This role can be a complete forward. If you want, yeah, then you can go complete forward. You can go a wide variety of roles, right? So you can definitely go for a lot here. So DM support, CM attack, DLP. If you have the players for it, this only do this if you have the players for it, right? This is very aggressive center. If you find that you are struggling for matches and you can't control matches, then turn this into a D, take fewer, dribble less, hold position, not tighter. Okay, can. Yeah. It doesn't run. He just holds it. Holds position doesn't mean it's defensive. It just means that he doesn't shift left and right. He just follows this group of players. And it goes into the final third. Yeah. I like double underlaps. So in this case, a double underlap is a good idea when you have roles like the inside forwards attacking the channels. So this is like run and gun. This is literally going to be run and gun because this guy is going to run in here. This guy going to run in here. This guy is looking for options. So you got, what do you have? You have two guys on opposite flanks looking for action. This guy looking to, you can even go roaming playmaker, you know, just for the fun of it, you can avoid it. Or you get DLP, this guy holds position, this guy holds position. This guy is the one that's attacking now. Okay, so it's a lot more stable. Instead of double APs. If double APs, I would just go, don't do it. It's just too painful when it falls apart because it will fall apart and it's going to hurt you like hell. Fancy 442, I love the name, man. F9, yeah. Inverted from PM. Inverted wingback going this way. Back going this way. Or winning. Okay, I like this. You know why? This is we're winning the ball in the final third combination. This is very nice. Inverted winger though, this is the only thing. Inverted wingback and inverted winger, they sometimes give you some weird shit happening. That's the only problem. I don't like this combination. You can try it, but I won't. You're gonna have problems because you're gonna have a lot of like. You're gonna lose the ball a lot in this area of the pitch. So I would go winger, inverted wingback. Right, because then when the inverted wingback comes into this position, you have options for the roaming playmaker. Roaming playmaker is going to be on either side of the inverted wingback. So these two guys are going to be here somewhere, and then they're going to be able to unlock defenses, right? So they'll have options because there's a winger going this way, right? Winger support here, or they can give it to the winger on attack on the other flank. Now here, this is one time when I go like, okay, I might swap the inverted winger to the other flank. So I put a winger here, winger support here, and I put the inverted winger here. What you now get is a different combination, which is he comes in here. You can stretch play. When you stretch play with this winger, this guy becomes another goal scoring threat at F9. So this is a much more interesting combination. So you're going to have a lot of funkiness going on in this tactic. Underlap left, well... overlap better than underlap because underlap there's no runs coming from these guys, so you don't really exploit it. So use underlaps when you have roles and duties that are going to exploit by running from these positions here. So yeah, I would just go overlap. Overlap would be a much more better option than underlap here. Yeah. All right, so next tactic. We got the flying wings. Oh, Thiago Misa. Long time no see, man. What's when you said flying wings, right? I was expecting to see wingers. I didn't expect to see wingbacks. So WP. Okay, I've seen these kind of tactics before. They can work. They can work. These guys need to overlap. Either overlap or become wingbacks on attack. Okay? That's it. They can work. Okay. But very unique because they need you need to pay attention to these two roles. But these guys they can do the attack duty. Right? So get them to be the attacking duty. So what will happen is, and then this player has to be strong in the air. Like you're playing a Romelu Lukaku kind of player. Because what's gonna happen in this game is you're gonna get a ton of crosses in this game. A lot of crosses in this game. So because this player will sit, he will come into this zone here. Because he sits narrow. This guy sits narrow. So the wingbacks are gonna overlap. Okay, they are just gonna do a natural overlap. You can do that, or you can be a bit more aggressive by giving them asking them to be wingbacks on attack. Okay, so they go down the flank. So what will happen is the wide playmakers are looking to drop the ball to the wingbacks, and the wingbacks are going to deliver the early cross. Right, so this is what you're looking at: hit early cross, and yeah, I've seen tactics like this before. I mean, I played with one guy who had this kind of setup, and it can work. And I've seen game changer episodes where the guy came in with two wide playmakers, and I was like initially thinking it might not work, but then when I tried it myself, yeah, it can work. Yeah, just very funky, boy. Center back attributes. Nina, I said that before already, but you asked that question once before. I said, for me, it's jumping reach, positioning, attention, anticipation, concentration, tackling. Yeah. This can work. This is kind of funky. But wingbacks on attack. That's how you're gonna end up. And playing wingbacks on attack will definitely be an interesting option. Okay, so we got another 4-4-2. Oh, 4-4-2 diamond. I love 4-4-2 diamonds. Okay, halfback is a bit aggressive. Okay, look, let me explain a 4-4-2 diamond, right? The easiest of all tactics to create. This is very, very easy. It's all about domination, right? Yeah. The idea behind a 4-4-2 diamond is it's great against certain formations. It's very, very good against another diamond. So if you ever play if you're playing against another diamond, it's always going to be the 4-4-2 diamond that's a bit more stable that's going to win. And it's got the right players in perfect positions. If you can set that up, bang, you won the game. And the other thing about a 4-4-2 diamond is you have to utilize your wingbacks very intelligently, because your wingbacks are the ones that are going to be bringing all the action. So things like focus play to the middle is something you don't need to use, right? So, okay. So here, the common mistakes people make is choosing this role. Now, if you want to have a defensive 4-4-2 diamond, you always go with the anchorman. If you want to have an offensive 4-4-2 diamond, that's when the options become a bit more complicated. If you go with a halfback, you're not going to get a lot of security in your final third, because this guy is going to go everywhere. Right? He's just going to go bing, 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 leave you gaps. So this guy's going to have a situation when you want to bring the ball out. Your possession numbers have to be very high. So when you play this kind of game, you can't afford to lose the ball with this player. So your roles are going to be very simple. Defensive, use anchorman. Non-defensive, you're looking at DM, you're looking at DLP, even regista. If these players can tackle, the problem is the Mazzala, sometimes they don't tackle at all, right? Even on support, right? Sometimes what you see is, even if you put a player there who has got the right attributes, he might not. So what you need to do with this role, right? If you play a Mazzala, is you got to sometimes come in here and tell them to tackle harder. Especially for the Mazzala. Right, if you're using a Mazzala. So Mazzala and Carrello will defend. There's no issue about it. Now, here is the mistake everybody makes. When they use the AP. When they use the AP, you slow down your attacks in the final third. So this becomes a problem. So the safest role in the whole game is to depend on trades. right? So what you do is you take an AP. This roll from position and move into channels. No, you don't want that. You don't want him drifting to the left or right. You need the anchor. You need this guy attacking the space or linking up. If you play AM like this, then what you get is you're using these players. So all you do is you do vertical movement, right? So AM holds up. So this role is probably the one that's going to be moving to channels. This, you want simplicity. You can go like advance forward. You can go pressing for the attack. All right. You can have a DLF on support. This guy is going to keep the defender occupied. So when the defenders occupied, this role can become like he can become like a shadow striker as well. So this becomes a tripartite attacking like combination, right? So these three can work together to unlock teams. Okay, you're not so good. You don't know what to do. AM on support can work, right? Now, the shadow striker is very easy to fail if these two guys are not sorted. If the shadow striker has got low bravery, you're in trouble, right? And then if you're playing against a DM-based system, you want to use this player to give the other DM problems. You're using this player to mark the other DM out of. You're using him to shut the other DM out. Because when you shut the other DM out, these wingbacks become very important. So they're going to be your avenue. So you're always, right, what's going to happen is this Mazala, all your attacks are going to be coming off this flank most of the time. Right? So what you can do is you can go wingback on support, fullback on attack, doesn't matter. You can play a wingback or you can play a fullback. It's entirely up to you. But you have to be very wary of this combination. I would use a playmaker here. I'll just go attacking midfield and support. You can have a DLF and advanced forward combination going through the box. You want to get transitions up the pitch very quickly. Target man support. Okay, another myth. You must have a player who's got jumping reach and height and all that jack shit to be a target man. Bullshit. You can play a bloody short ass as a target man and the ball will still go up to you very quickly. This is something that a lot of people don't know. Right? So what you can do is you can play on a slightly higher tempo like this. Right? And then the ball is going to go up the pitch. And all you got to do is tell this guy, wingback, you tell this joker, come, Santora Sans of the beach. Fapos. What this guy does is when he goes up the ball, right? When he crosses the ball, he crosses in this channel here. Target man might get to the ball. So, or the ball is going to space. So you pass into space, the ball is not going to feed, it's going in front of the target man, right? So then you can play through the target man. Here, this one, you can actually do this. Bang. So right, you understand what this means, right? Whenever a player is told to get forward runs means, okay, right? Let's do something. Okay, if I do this, attack duty is already locked in. Get further forward, right? Which means make forward runs. So if you want him to act like a hook, and you still want him to make those darting runs in between players, this. So now he holds his position. Sometimes he gets the ball, and then other times he'll just get in between these two. So this is something that I love this tactic. I like this kind of tactic, but you have to be very comfortable understanding what to do with these tactics, right? You don't need counter press in this tactic. Counter press is like a recipe for disaster. So you have to be very careful to use a counter press. See how a counter press opens up the DM? This is the reason why you have to be very careful with the use of counter press in this tactic. And if I were you, I'll do this, take short kicks, because you want the distribution to go through a goalkeeper. Here, Mazala on this side with the wing back. Most of it is fine. I'll change this role. I'll go DM on defense. I may even go DLP on defense. Or DLP on defense or DLP on support. This can work. Right? I'll probably go support duty instead of a defense duty. Right, so I get a mobile like pivot, so these guys can move up the pitch. Mazar is going to end up here. Target will drop here, which is the reason why this role can, if you play the game long enough, right, you'll be able to observe this in your own game. Eventually, if you are against if you're a strong team playing against a weak team, you can play Shadow Striker here. Yeah, so you should have much of a problem. So a 442 diamond is phenomenal. I love it. It's one of the best. Very easy to set up. It's like so easy. All you gotta worry about is just getting the right players in the positions. The moment you put a player here with low bravery, your tactic could have issues. Because this player, if you play against if the AI has got a 442, if you've got, let's say, a 433 with a DM, right? And then you got an AM, right? And your AM is playing against their DM. If your AM has got low bravery, it's like they won't get very close. This guy doesn't do much work. Same problem is Mazalas as well. A lot of common mistake I see a lot of people do is they follow the AIs. This is where you do not want to follow the game's recommendation of who should be the Mazala. This is what a lot of people do. They will go in and they're like, okay, quick pick, okay. We can pick this guy as a Mazala. In this particular case, I would not use him. All right, now, in the game, a Mazala doesn't require, in the game, right, when they give you the recommendation, it doesn't need tackling, you see. If you go to the training and development, because we can't see from here for some strange bloody reason. Okay. We come in here, Mazala, support. Oh, now they have tackling, right? Okay. So if you go Mazala on attack, right? It doesn't need tackling. And then Mazala support occasionally will help you defend. In fact, as I first designed the role, they didn't have tackling in there. I was screaming, can you put tackling in there? Otherwise, the Mazala will never tackle. All he's going to do is just sit down there and just go the ball all day long. So it took a while before SI agreed. What they didn't agree with me was this flare. They agreed with me that the Mazala on attack has to have flare. Right, so I was screaming. When we first came out, when we first designed the role, right, I was screaming for flare to be added. I said it has to be part of the equation. Otherwise, we don't see those fantastic passes that Mazalas are capable of doing. So here we got, so so what they did was, a Mazala support can occasionally help you tackle. But the problem in the game is when you go into the game, what you'll see is the Mazalas, when they have low tackling and low bravery, these guys, they don't tackle. When they don't tackle, you got problems. And I've seen it happen in so many of my games when I use a Mazala and a diamond. Right? What will happen is this guy is just going to go to the side. The ball will come. You're just going to see. He's just going to wave at the player as the player goes by. He's going to be very close to him, but you'll track him all the way. And won't put in a challenge. That's what happens when you get a Mazala. So you got to be very careful with a Mazala. You got to get the right player in it. You get with the wrong player. Sometimes you think he's the right player, you're screwed as well. So you have to pay a lot of attention to this role. This DRP, this can work. Yeah, this is one of those great tactics, man. Any advice for a 3-4? Oh, the diamond is nice. I like the diamond. The diamond is fun. It's like diamonds are so fun to set up. Advice for a 3-4-3 diamond possession setup, similar to Cruyff. 3-4-3. 3 and then the white diamond, right? Oh, it works brilliantly in Football Manager. Defensive winger. That's one. Okay. The other one I have one which is a bit more unique. It actually uses inverted wingbacks. So you got inverted wingback, one solo defender in the middle. Okay. That one is I use inverted wingbacks to come into the center, so that's a bit more complicated. That's a lot more complicated to set up. It's very I did it on Discord for a while. I showed it to some of the guys, but it's not very stable. Yeah, it's not very stable. Your regista with a 4-4-2 diamond is brilliant. I have a regista in a 4-4-2 diamond where I put a ball-winning midfielder against him. Oh my god, he was a beautiful player. He was just absolutely ruling the roost. We're just having so much fun. Your DMs are Kamavinga and Raisa. That's a good pair, man. So you gotta, for all these for all the roles and duties, right? Don't ever think, okay, this other thing about this game, this guy is kind of silly. I mean, I won't say it's silly. I think it's just the way the game. It's just the game, right? Your choice of roles and duties, right, doesn't have to be fixed. Don't fall into the trap thinking, right, that, oh, wow, this is the perfect combination of roles and duties. Yeah, it might work for some formations, but against other formations, it will change. Right, depends on the formation. Sometimes all you need to do is just make a small tweak, like maybe, especially with the 4-4-2 diamond. 4-4-2 diamonds are easy because you can always OI the opposition. You can always man mark a DM out of the game, and that's where you get, those are the options you get with 4-4-2 diamonds. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming in on today's show. I hope I helped you out with your tactics. Once again, you can always come back every Wednesday. We'll do this again next Wednesday. I want to thank everybody for your continued support. Now, there is somebody out there who needs your help, right? If you've been here for a while, I want to thank you for coming in. Now, there's someone out there right now who needs your help. Now, this guy has got basically, he wants to play football, right? But he actually has a challenge, right? His challenge is he needs a wheelchair to play football. Right, so he needs a wheelchair. So I have already contributed to his GoFundMe. Now, I'm not suggesting that you guys do it. I mean, just go give it a read and then follow me on Twitter. His name is Dale, right? He's a friend of the channel, and I've helped him out before. So I'm glad to help him. I mean, I'm glad to help him out right now. And if you can't, then just share it, right? Share it with your friends. Just share the links to your friends and see what they say. Even if it's via WhatsApp, whatever, just share with your friends. And we'll try and see whether we can help him get his wheelchair. I mean, let's just see this again. So we've got, oh, we don't. This is so terrible. Okay, so we've got our friend Dale. Now he's got this, yeah, so he wants to play football. He's got cerebral palsy. He wants to get the Strikeforce power chair. Right? It's a specially designed wheelchair. I mean, I don't blame him, but these wheelchairs for football, they're not cheap, right? So yeah, at least he's got this plan. I want to help him out. So if you can, if you think it's a cause worth supporting, yeah, why not? And if you can't, then just share it with your friends, the link, right? So I'll appreciate it if you could share it with your friends. And yes, I want to thank everybody for coming on today's stream. You've been absolutely fantastic. Once again, I will be back on, oh yes, on Friday. My Earth's Apple Challenge is going completely strikeless. It's got to go strikeless all the way until the cows come home. I'll show you. We'll be creating as many strikeless tactics as possible in the game. So you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.